All right. Well, it's been a couple days since I put out a podcast. Unfortunately, I forget. Don't mean to, but kind of been sleeping a little weird and been kind of forgetful, and I've been busy with purchases and business, and so I kind of forget about that. But anyways, welcome. I am John Elliott, and this is the Elliott's Everything Emporium show, where I talk about entrepreneurship, being a father, reselling, and all that stuff, and what to look out for. I've got some funny anecdotes that I typically tell, and of course, talk a little about, plans for the future and stuff like that. So, I'll get right into it. Well, recently I was visiting the state of Texas, and while there, I decided that I was going to go ahead and I was going to take a look around at thrift stores, just kind of see. And there's a ton of them down here, and their prices are actually remarkably good compared to where I'm from. I'm going to kind of go out on a limb and just kind of say their minimum wage is a little lower down here than it is up in Portland, which may contribute down to the bottom line, unfortunately. So, items that I normally see for, $4 or $5, we're about 99 cents from the Xbox guitars, the Guitar Hero guitars, mugs for 99 cents. I mean, just a ton of stuff like t-shirts, caps, you name it, just things that I normally buy, and they're here for about, just a couple bucks. Unfortunately, I really couldn't load up my luggage too much with them, just because I don't want to go blowing right past that whole weight limit that the airplanes have on luggage, because otherwise you got to pay another $50, which just would kill my profit margins. So, so definitely kind of an interesting experience being down here, and it kind of made me think that one of the things I noticed that while I was down here, I was at this thrift store, and I noticed there was a lot of boots, a lot of cowboy boots, a lot of leather goods like cowboy hats, jackets, leather jackets, and things like that. So it kind of just made me think, that's weird. Wait a minute. Right, of course, Texas. They've got longhorn steer, they've got, cows, they've got ranches. So what, of course, they're going to have a lot of leather. So, it made me think, oh, wait, Portland, what do they have up there? Nikes, Columbia, Adidas, that's what they have up there because that's where their headquarters is. So it kind of made me go, the important thing is to look for items that are local to where you're at. What does your area of the country, or wherever you are in the world, what does it produce a lot of? And you can get at good prices that you can resell. Because to me, the money, the way partial economics works is simply money flows to the highest bidder. So whoever wants it is probably going to wind up buying it. So if you can produce it at a cheap cost, you can sell it at a much higher cost, down the line. So, and that made me think, like, well, people do like cowboy boots, so I could buy them in Texas for, like $10, $20, $30 and resell them probably for close to $100 in many cases. So it kind of made me think, like, that's what I need to go do. I need to go hit up some of these auctions. I need to start looking at that. But unfortunately, I'm only here for a couple days, so I can't really jump on it, unfortunately, although I'd really like to. But I did wind up at one really awesome place, and it was a massive warehouse, basically, where the guy buys up whole estates and things like that, and just puts in like just racks and racks of clothes and furniture and all this other stuff, and it was kind of cool. The guy I wound up chatting with him, and I told him it was a reseller. And he's like, yeah, man, and he actually gave me a slight discount of some stuff too when I told him that, what I did and what I was looking for. And he showed me some of the other items I have. And I probably could have spent like an entire day, and I probably could have spent like, $1,000 or more just buying inventory. But again, I can't really buy very much because weight limits. But it was just cool, just being in there. And this guy just kind of travels throughout the state and buys up at auctions and buys whole estates and just buys them out and brings them there. And then he lots it out and he sells furniture. He didn't really do much online selling, which is kind of interesting because it kind of made me think, a guy like that with all his inventory, if he could put that all online, he could make a lot of money. But he just said he was too old. That's literally what he did. He was like, I'm not really into that with this kind of southern drawl. And I was like, all right, I got you. And then he asked me, if I did that, and I said, yeah, that's what I do. So it just made me think that, if you ever run across people like that, it might be of interest to propose something like that, and maybe you take part of the cut or something, or help them sell some stuff online. Because I think guys like that, might be open to it. They may not necessarily see you as a rival. They may see you as an asset. So just something to consider down the line. So anyways, that was definitely really cool. And I did get a couple of clothes from there and a couple of smaller items that were really, really cheap that he just said, look, I don't even know what exactly this is, which included an iPhone, and just sold to me for like $5. So I was like, yes, thank you. So anyways, so just kind of keep that in the back of your head. Look at where you're at and look at what it produces, because a lot of times where you're at, it's probably going to be cheaper that it's produced there than anywhere else in the country. Therefore, you should be able to post it online and be able to make a slight profit off of it. Anyways, guys, I will be back hopefully tomorrow. I will talk a little more about things that have been going on, and I'll talk to you guys later.